it's Katie with Shared Legacy Farms, and today I'm talking about salad boards, which for me is a huge exit strategy this time of year. When we're getting a lot of greens and salads on the menu a few times a week, and I've also got a lot of other things that I want to use up for my box each week. It's kind of a way to keep it fun and different, and also allows everyone from the family to kind of pick and choose what they want on their salad. And it can create also a great lunch for the next day. So go-to main item is obviously some sort of lettuce or greens that are stored in your green bag. And I just threw mine in some ice cold water, spun them dry in my salad spinner. I think we've got some great romaine this week in our box. And I've kind of got that ready to go. So components of our salad board are obviously some sort of lettuce or green. The other thing that I like to do is I like to have some other type of green on the board that maybe is new to someone in your family, or maybe it's not a green that you would want a bowl of, but you'd be able to eat a little bit of it. So tonight I'm having some kale on the board for my family. They're never going to eat an entire bowl of raw kale, but I took some, I massaged it with a little bit of salt and oil to kind of soften it up a little bit. And you can also do this with like radish greens, turnip greens, but kale is kind of my go-to for this. So that allows people to kind of build their salad base with lettuce and then add a little bit of additional green. You can also throw a little bit of spinach on your board, whatever it might be, to kind of put another green as an option on there. So some sort of main base green and then some sort of extra green if you can. And then I'm doing a Greek-based salad board tonight. So I've got some sort of protein on here. I actually stopped and grabbed rotisserie chicken. So that's like a fast, easy way to do this if you don't have time when you get home from work to grill some salmon or have some chicken ready or some steak. But I do like to have some sort of protein on there. So chicken, salmon, a grilled flank would be really, really great. If you were doing more of a Cobb salad, you could have some hard-boiled eggs on there. Bacon, if you're looking for some sort of vegan source of protein, some sort of black beans. So some sort of protein ideally on the board. So tonight, like I said, just cut up some rotisserie chicken. So some sort of base, I've got some protein, and then I kind of build from there. So I always leave my base greens or my lettuce kind of in a separate bowl for people to kind of serve from, and then I try to put everything else on the board just because it's pretty and fun and everyone can kind of serve themselves. And then I also have some smaller bowls where I might keep items that would spill or make a mess on the board. So tonight I'm putting cucumbers on here. I've also got some cut up cherry tomatoes to kind of add some color. I like to add whatever kind of standard vegetables you might have in a typical salad, like a Cobb or a Greek salad, and then sometimes I'll add some different ones that maybe people wouldn't necessarily think to put in their Greek salad, but I'm just kind of putting them on there as a bonus. Cucumbers, grilled corn is a great option once we get corn throughout the summer. Herbs are another good thing that you can also put on salad boards. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of cilantro or fresh dill. So if you've got fresh herbs in your box that week, you can put a little bit on there. If anything, it's just going to inspire people to maybe try something new and spice up their usual salad with something different. So, like I said, I'm doing a Greek-based one, so I'm also going to put some olives on the board tonight. I could leave these in this container because they are a little oily, but I'm just throwing everything on here tonight. And then cheese. A lot of people add some sort of cheese. I am actually going to put this feta in one of the containers. And I'm just going to put a little serving spoon. So like if you were doing a taco salad, you could do different varieties of Mexican cheese if you wanted to. Fruit is something else some people might add to a salad if they had some fresh berries or blueberries or even dried fruits like cranberries or something like that. The other thing I'm adding to my board tonight is some croutons. So I actually make my own croutons. That's one of my go-to things for salads because it's super, super easy. I save the ends of like sourdough bread or whatever type of bread you might use to make like garlic bread or something. I throw them in a Ziploc, I freeze them, and then when I'm going to make a salad, I pull them out of the freezer, I break them apart, I throw some olive oil on the breadcrumbs, and then I just throw them in the oven at 400 for a little while until they get crispy. So these kind of homemade croutons are going on this board for something crunchy. A lot of people like something crunchy in their salad, so it's good to either put some croutons on there, nuts and seeds like walnuts, pecans, almonds are another good option, or roasting some of the beans, like roasted chickpeas can also add a little bit of texture to it and a little bit of different color to your board. So far we've got a good variety of stuff on here, and it also looks really pretty. And I'll just use little forks or spoons for people to kind of serve themselves. We've got our lettuce. So the last component for our board is some sort of dressing, and I'm just making a fast Greek dressing tonight. So I've got a little bit of Dijon mustard in the bottom of this bowl here, and I'm going to add some olive oil, a little bit of red wine vinegar, some pepper, and then this is a Greek seasoning mix. It actually has some salt in it, so I'm not adding extra salt, but this is just like a Greek spice blend. I'm going to add some of that. Whisk it up. I think making your own dressings is a great way to kind of amp up a salad a little bit, but even if you use a store-bought in this instance, I'm sure it would still obviously give some good flavor. All right, so that's my homemade dressing. Super easy for a Greek salad. All right, so that's how I would serve this. I would put this on the table. I've got dressing in a bowl here. I would get a fresh spoon for this dressing or put it in something that people could pour, and basically they can build their own salad. Now, I'm not super picky with my salad, so one thing that I always do with this is when we're done with kind of like the scraps or the leftovers, I'm gonna make my lunch for the next day or even for the next couple days. So I grab a mason jar and I kind of put whatever's left in it, just like I would for a regular mason jar salad. So I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna put some chicken on the bottom here. I usually put whatever protein I have on the bottom. I put a little bit of dressing on top of the protein, and then I tend to put like the heartier vegetables. So for this one, I'm gonna throw some olives, some tomatoes, then some cucumbers. I'll throw a little feta in here. Some of that massaged kale for a little darker green, a little color. And then lettuce, this romaine on top. I like a big salad for lunch, and since I've got plenty now, I'm just gonna kind of put what I have in here. And then I'm gonna throw a few croutons. I might break them up a little bit more on top. And then I didn't grab a lid, but I'm gonna grab a lid to this mason jar, and now I have a great salad with kind of whatever leftovers would be for my lunch tomorrow. So definitely helps reduce waste and that type of stuff. All right, so lots of varieties for salad boards this summer. You could do like taco salad, Greek like we have here, a Cobb, basically so many different things from your box. You just gotta get a little creative. Make sure you have your base greens, some fun things for people to try, some basic vegetables, something crunchy, and some sort of protein. All right, guys, have a great week.